They're likely going to be blowing up the Causeway. It's safer we leave.
Hedwig, just get some canned food, not the books, not the stuff.
When are we coming back? It's hard to say. Come.
Is everyone ready?
Yes, everything all right? Make sure you take a break. Are you all right? Mom? Is everything packed? Is everything okay, Mom? All right. Yes. Good. Yes.
I've never felt attached to things. But this time, I wish we could bring along everything. My name is Hedwig, and that's my mother, Agnes. My maternal grandparents, John and Petronilla, lived in Johor Bahru.
You can come stay with us. Your mother will take care of you.
Every time my mother had a baby, she went back to her mother to recuperate.
Well, actually, that sounds like a good idea.
My father, Percival, was the principal of a school in Singapore. So he drove to Johor Bahru every week to see my mother and the baby.
How's my baby girl?
She's good. She's just plain hungry.
Soon, Marie, my elder sister, was born. Later, my siblings and I came along. We would spend weekdays in Johor Bahru with our grandparents.
Photo?
It was great. It's a small bride, I must say.
And weekends in Singapore with my parents. We weren't the only ones on the move.
It's likely the water meter.
Grandpa worked as the water inspector. He made sure water from the Gunung Pulai reservoir was piped to Singapore.
John, are you ready?
There was horse racing in Singapore on Sundays. Grandma never missed it.
You can have the men come check.
Hurry up. I want the best seat.
It's the office. Okay, thank you.
Like us, many people had families to be with or businesses to attend to on both sides of the causeway. Before the causeway was built, people relied on ferry boats and wagons. Now, we could drive to Singapore or go up country to the rest of Malaya.
We're extremely late.
We're fine.
Excuse me. Hello.
Hello, excuse us.
Sean, you have arrived.
Yes! Good shot, sir!
My father and his friends often go flying fox hunting.
There you go. That's our devil's curry tonight.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Ta-da! This is Grandma's special, the devil's curry.
Wow, this food looks delicious.
Overnight, that's the trick. It tastes best on the second day.
Thyme is terrific seasoning.
Yes.
And let's indulge. Enjoy.
One of your favorites. There you go. More for you. Just the way you love us, don't you?
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For your help, okay? How are you doing that? Yes. You want to add on more to this? Yes. Yes.
Music filled the house. And sometimes we put up skits for fun.
Mr. Pickwick, I presume.
The same.
Allow me, sir. The honor of grasping your hand. Permit me, sir, to shake it.
Charles Dickens was one of our favorite authors.
Hedwig, please could you give me the rundown for the day?
Yes, sir.
Tokyo warns US that aid to Russia may mean war. 2 more American ships were torpedoed by a German U-boat. Meanwhile, the Germans are trapped on the Eastern Front and had suffered huge losses.
You know, these days, she has to read the newspaper to me. My eyes just can't keep up.
Is this pressing for you to hear all of this?
It's the news, sir. It's reality whether we like it or not. I just wish everyone would get along.
Me too. Why is it so difficult?
I'm guessing pride is in the way?
I worry India and Singapore may be in the next on the excess list.
I title my poem, Reflections of Doing Homework. To do or not to do, that is the question.
Have a moment when this is maker. We need to speak it right now. I don't understand. Why are we moving? Why are we moving?
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to regain the smiles of a despairing teacher or bring an onslaught of threatening words. Today's papers reported the fierce fighting in Ipoh. The Japanese were no longer words on newsprint. They were just north of where we lived.
It's safer we leave. They're likely going to be blowing up the Causeway. We'll be stuck here.
It is a tough day for all of us. An urgent decision to leave Johor Bahru has to be made.
We need to stay together.
Don't worry, Mom. We'll be safe.
Hedwig, just get some canned food, not the books, not the stuff.
When are we coming back?
It's hard to say. Come.
Is everyone ready?
Yes. Right? Yes, yes. Oh, it's good. Is everything back? Everything's back, yes. Great.
We must get going.
I've never felt attached to things. But this time, I wish we could bring along everything.
Hedwig, come. All right, John. I'll see you there.
Okay, be careful.
Let's go. Come on. All good.
the causeway still there? Will we make it? Is the causeway still there? Will we make it? I see it.
We crossed in time before the British blew up the causeway. I was hoping they would turn things around, but they couldn't. I lived in two homes all my life. I was homesick for the other. We remained under Japanese-occupied Singapore till 1945.
I'm Philip. I work as a finance and office assistant in the water department. I report to Mr. Murnane, the head engineer.
Mr. Murnane. Mr. Murnane.
Have we been hit again?
Yes, the water mains in Johor Bahru are severely damaged. But it's not that.
What is it? I don't believe it. They're going ahead.
The British blew up part of the causeway to stall the Japanese coming from the north. It was futile. In 9 days, the Japanese built a makeshift bridge over the damaged area and entered Singapore triumphantly. We were soon run over.
I'm not here for you. I'm here to make sure that the people have water.
You will do as we want, or we find another person.
Mr. Murnane and many other British officers were interned at Changi prison camp. Some of us were left to keep the water department going. That was important, as piped water was coming from a reservoir in Johor.
Tell me about the water supply.
Well, the water will need to be rationed. We have water standpipes in the civilian areas here, but they may be contaminated.
The bombings caused a lot of damage. Debris and other matter contaminated the water supply.
Where's the glory?
The factories, they've closed. Everything is shut down.
No, this is unacceptable.
Supplies, they've dwindled.
We need it. How can we sterilize the water?
The best we can do is tell people to boil their water.
No, not good enough. You, for us.
The soldiers brought me to an abandoned building in Normington. It wasn't my job to identify chlorine, though I know the tank is usually painted yellow. That's chlorine.
You go and test.
I wasn't sure if the contents would explode or poison us all. Yes, it's chlorine.
Omare.
Water from Gunung Pulai was breached due to the bombings. The soldiers wanted to ensure the water supply is reinstated. Later, the senior officer instructed me to go to Gunung Pulai and ask my colleagues to attend to the repair work.
Just please help us with the water mains.
Okay. In return, I provided them with food supplies. Meanwhile, at the damaged causeway, both local workers and Japanese mechanics were thrown into another problem. The water pump wasn't working. The Japanese mechanics gave up and left the local workers to figure out the problem. By the time we got back from Gunung Pulai to the causeway, it was 3 in the morning.
What's wrong? Why can't you start to the water pump?
The Japanese mechanics are fools, and I don't know where they get this pump from.
もういい。戻れ。
The vehicle was to take us back to Singapore.
Stop. You stay. Oh. You can walk back.
I realized the gravity of my mistake. I forgot to bow to a senior Japanese officer. There were Japanese sentries at the Singapore checkpoint. They were known to be trigger happy. I was an open target, an easy victim. I wasn't going back without a bullet in me.
Have you tried to tighten all of these connections?
Yes.
This might reset it. Give it a try.
Sure, I will try again.
I didn't have to return on foot. To top it off, I was even promoted to engineer. But the war dragged on for 3 more years. I stayed on working with the water department till 1951.
My name is Supaya. My kampong was far away from the nearest store. Walking was too slow, so I ran. My neighbors paid me to get them their groceries, and I gave the money to my mother.
I'll get money for shoes next time, okay?
What for? This is better. I'm lighter, I'm faster. My mother was a young widow. It was not easy for her to raise me and my siblings on her own. After my father died, we moved from Malacca to Singapore, so my mother would be near her parents. Thankfully, we managed. I ran everywhere, sometimes to the market, sometimes to work at
the construction site after school.
Hey boy, come over here. I've seen you around. What's your name?
Mr. Kata Singh, an athletics coach, became like a father to me. He taught me how to race.
Yes, good one. Look at the time. Okay? Everyone will have tendency to follow the pack, but no, you must stick to the plan, okay?
I started winning races. I ran faster and faster.
And in Kuala Lumpur, the Deputy Prime Minister Tun Abdul Razak likened the separation of Singapore from Malaysia to the separation of Siamese twins. Though they were physically apart, their mental bond remained.
Mr. Kata Singh then introduced me to my current coach, Mr. Maurice Nicholas. I became part of the Swift Athletics Club.
Everyone, please pass me your passport next week before we depart for the Johor Open.
I don't have a passport.
You don't? Why didn't you get one?
I wasn't planning to go anywhere.
Coach wanted us to compete in the Johor Open for more experience.
Can he get one in time?
Do you have your birth certificate?
I'm not sure. I was born in Malacca.
You weren't born here? You're not a Singaporean? Why don't I know this?
You never asked? Can I still attend the competition?
The government announced today it will be issuing a special type of Singapore passports to its citizens for Causeway travel. Containing 64 pages and valid for 5 years, the Causeway passport will cost less than an ordinary passport and require fewer formalities. Citizens are advised not to apply for ordinary passports unless they generally intend to travel to countries other than West Malaysia.
I moved from Malacca to Singapore after my father passed away in 1956. It was a simple lorry ride. I didn't think going to Johor would be so complicated.
Ma'am.
Coach had brought me to the immigration office.
You mean this is his passport? A piece of paper?
It allows him 4 days entry to Malaysia for the Johor Open.
What if this gets wet or lost? What if he falls ill?
He'll be fine. It's just a race.
What if he misses the bus? This is only good for 4 days. Will he be stuck there? No. I think it's better for him to run in Singapore. There are other competitions.
If he wants to run faster, he needs better opponents. You run best when there are other people nipping on your heels.
My mother and I have never been apart for a day, let alone across the Causeway. I understood her fear. When I got older, I no longer let my mother clean my feet because it always made her cry.
Do you really want to go?
My mother gave me her blessings to go to the Johor Open. Singapore was no longer part of Malaysia. I never thought much of it until I needed a passport.
Boys, behave.
A simple bus ride now effectively became going overseas. But it made me see that I didn't just run for myself. I was representing my country.
I was in a phase of life when photography began to intrigue me. I snapped images that I found exciting. My name is Jerome. It was my first time taking the train to Malaysia. I thought you'd buy tickets on the day itself.
Hi, one ticket to Kuala Lumpur, please.
Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah, thank you. How much is the ticket?
$14.
14.
It turns out people buy them weeks in advance.
Thank you. Here's your ticket, and your train is at 7 o'clock.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thankfully, I could still get a ticket.
Just this. Thanks.
$3.
Okay.
Thank you. Your change.
Thank you.
I looked forward to seeing my girlfriend in Kuala Lumpur. We met while we were studying in the UK. Even though we were now apart back in our own countries, I hope we can make it work. I even got her the magazine she likes.
I ran a shop at the train station. We sold magazines, snacks, and drinks. My name is Syed Ahmad. My father opened this shop in 1936, 4 years after the Tanjong Pagar railway station was completed. I took over the business from my father in 1958. The shop leased from the railway station had one condition. We were to keep the shop open till the last train arrived, just in case the passengers needed anything. If the train was delayed, we had to stay open no matter the time.
Excuse me, is the bus still running?
No, you missed the last one. There are only taxis available now, and the taxi stand is right over there.
I'll wait for the bus. But it will come in the morning, right?
Yes, it will.
Thank you then.
It wasn't long before I realized a third-class ticket meant open seating. No seat to claim, I found myself wedged between carriages. And it was not a comfortable journey.
I hate seeing people hungry, especially when they have a long wait.
Hi.
Hello.
Have you eaten?
Actually,
I'm sure you're hungry.
Oh,
Please have something.
thank you so much.
Okay? Do have it. It's going to be a long wait. Okay? You must be hungry too. It's a long wait. Please have your food. Yeah, have your food. Please eat it. Okay?
I will.
Take care.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Hi.
Where's the ticket counter?
Oh, just go straight. You can't miss it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hi, Uncle. Good to
Hi,
see you.
boy. Oh, another magazine for you?
Yep.
That's nice.
How much is this one?
That's $4.
Okay. $4.
So where are you off to today?
This is the girlfriend. You know how it is.
Okay, that's nice.
I became an expert on train travel. By booking my tickets early, I had the chance to experiment with different coaches and made countless trips to see Rena.
Thank you.
One for you.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Have a
See you,
nice
okay?
day. You'll do.
Train travel had a familiar hum, a reliable rhythm. It was integral to people's lives. It was more than just transportation. It was a ritual that connected families, colleagues, and friends.
Hey, do you remember me? The day you helped me?
Oh, yes. Where are you off today?
Pahang. My daughter gave birth.
Congratulations. You're a grandmother now.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Look what I got.
Hey.
Ooh, so how many guests should we have?
Not sure. But I like this ballroom very much. Now look at this.
Ooh, it's quite nice. For 3 years, Reen and I took the train so we'd see each other on the weekends. For our wedding, though, we decided to have 2 ceremonies, one in each city.
I'm Andrew. COVID-19 was hard on all of us. I faced a unique challenge. Hello?
Hello? Are you the MP of Stulang? Are you Andrew Chen?
Yes? Speaking?
You want to deliver what?
Breast milk? Boss, a lot of mothers have called me. They are stuck in Singapore. At least, let's help them to deliver their milk back to their babies.
But breast milk, I'm not sure what category it falls under. Is it really essential?
I'll talk to the authorities.
Not easy. There's still COVID everywhere. If the milk gets bad and the baby is sick, whose fault will it be?
Well, that's a good point.
And also the mothers. What if they hide drugs in the breast milk?
Come on, not the mothers.
Hard to say, not impossible. I also want COVID to be over too.
Fine. We'll take this one step at a time.
Really, it's mission impossible.
No. But, sir, please try to understand.
It's not that I don't want to help, but the movement control order is in place.
Can we make an exception? I can send my driver across.
Look, the important thing is public safety. If there are exceptions to the law, the public is compromised.
Where's Mama, baby? Where's Mama?
She looks skinnier.
No lah, still same.
Really?
Yeah. She just more active recently. You don't worry too much, okay, sayang? Sayang. Sayang.
Okay, Mama.
How is everything?
Okay. My 3 kids grew up on breast milk. My wife and I treated every drop as precious. I know how important breast milk is for babies in terms of nutrition.
Hello? Yes, Mr. Andrew?
I have an idea. First, I get the mothers to sign a contract. Second, I'll make them responsible for their own breast milk. There will be no liability at all. What do you think?
Okay, sounds good.
Sir, the mothers have found a warehouse in Singapore that's willing to help them. We will also put in place a health safety protocol, temperature checks, and a schedule for the mothers to deliver their breast milk to the warehouse to minimize interactions.
Sir, if we don't help the mothers, who will? Let's do it.
Thank you, sir.
Just see temperature. Check on it and send inside.
I was quite moved to see the first delivery. To know that mothers who work hard overseas for their babies can keep their bond with them, despite the pandemic. We organized many more deliveries and more mothers signed up. I know that mothers produce more milk when they are less stressed. I noticed later that many mothers started to send a greater volume of milk back home to their babies.